Hi all. So in this video, let's see about a general introduction about the coffee. So coffee belongs to the family Rubiaceae. It is one of the shrub type, and the fruit we get as a berry form. Pericarp seed coats have been removed. Only the seed is being used for the processing of coffees. And the coffee fruit is a berry type. Sometimes we call it as the cherry also, and the bean is the interior of the seed with the seed wall that is removed. And so in this picture we can see the coffee cherry, like we have the aerial view of the coffee cherry also, or bean, where the skin, pulp, parchment, silver skin, and the bean and the stalk is been clearly noticed in the picture. So coffee is Mexico, Vietnam, Indonesia, and African countries. So some of the African countries like Ethiopia, Uganda, then Honduras, and India. So this in world production, if we see, Brazil is on the top of the world production for coffee cherry, and India stands in the 8th and the 9th position. So mainly coffee is consumed as a refreshing drink world over in various forms, and major consuming countries of coffee includes Europe, Southeast Asian countries, and the African countries. And this is the picture where they display all form of stages of beans, that is dry beans, drying beans, how the outlook of the washed beans will be, fermented beans, pulp, ripe fruit, ripening fruit, green fruit, ground beans, flour, and the toasted beans. So we can differentiate the stages, the different stages in the process of the beans with the steeping coffee. And India is one of the major producers of coffee in the world. So in India, two major varieties are cultivated on commercial scale. One is the Arabica and the Robusta. So we call it as coffee Arabica and the coffee Canifora. Coffee Liberica and the coffee Excelsa is like those two are also the major varieties, but they are produced only in a limited scale. Arabica, coffee Arabica is a glossy leafed shrub on a small tree. The leaves are relatively small and the flowers are fragrant and white. So these Arabica coffee usually receives a premium for its superior flavor and aroma. Arabica is more suited to higher, cooler climates, and two varieties are used in India are the tall and the draft variety. Fruit development will start from 8 to 9 months, and Arabica comes to harvesting earlier in the season, from November to December. Since they take 8 to 9 months for the fruit development, yield will be like 480 kg per hour for the dry berries. Robusta, coffee canifera. There are many different types of Robusta varieties. They can thrive in hotter lowland areas like below 900 meter above sea level, or over even 20 degrees Celsius also. Robusta coffee is preferred for make preparation or the processing of instant coffee production due to higher soluble solid extraction. Varieties used in India are S274 Old Robusta. Fruit development nearly enhances from 10 to 11 months. Harvesting period is from Jan to Feb, and yield will be 490 kg per hectare. So this is the picture where we can identify the two different variety, Arabica and the Robusta variety. And production status of these two varieties, if we see the percentage share in world's coffee production, Arabica coffee stands the first, whereas in India's coffee production we see Robusta coffee stands in the first and gives a higher percentage of share. Area of cultivation in India, mainly the coffee is grown in Karnataka. 57% of area is utilized and produces 71% coffee in India. Kerala mainly contributes around 21% in area. Tamil Nadu only 8%. Some other parts of Andhra, Orissa, and northeastern regions contribute nearly 14%. So maximum we go in for a production for 70% from India alone. So harvesting, correct form of harvesting methods have to be adopted in order to I mean attain the final end product of the coffee that is more apt for export purposes. So what not to be done is, if overripe coffee, there is a possibility that the cherry will start fermenting, which causes deterioration. So we have to choose like proper stage of ripe cherry or the bean for the processing of the coffee. Underripe cherries also will be very difficult to process and will yield only a low quality product that is produced. Bags in which the fertilizer, pesticide, and fungicides are stored cannot be used for this purposes. So in India, the harvesting time is near from the month November and February. Notable beans are the Mysore, monsooned Malabar type. In Brazil, the harvesting time is from the March to the October. And these are some of the types of picking that is being done for the coffee cherry. Fly picking is adopted, main picking, stripping, and the cleanings are done. So harvested by hand or ripe berries are hand picked sometimes. The picking may be first picking in the season. Selective picking of berries is continued till February month. Main picking is like it is done when it is well formed and fully ripe berries are harvested. Stripping, final harvest, picking berries left on the some irrespective of the referring stage. Then cleanings are done by collection from the dropping berries. This is the table that gives the approximate composition of the Robusta Arabica coffee. That is, what are all the components present and total percentage of uh, water soluble and the total content that is present. So this is something about a small introduction about coffee. Thank you.